Yeah, it's Gordon, thanks.
Right, now, perfect, no problem at all. So, I'm Tony Clayson. I'm president of Rotary in Worsley. Happy to talk to you about whatever you'd like to ask about our Christmas projects this year. So, fire away.
Yeah, so basically we're putting together a piece about for like what children can be doing over the festive periods, just for parents and whatnot. And we've noticed you were doing an arts competition. So what exactly is that?
So, that's part of our commitment to engage with the community. And you will be aware we normally do a Santa float that goes around the streets of Salford. We're not sure yet whether this will happen. So we decided to build on, you'll recall during the COVID first wave where young kids were asked to sort of draw a rainbow and put it on their windows or doors as a sign of community togetherness.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be nice at this time of Christmas to try and give the young children the opportunity of doing a Christmas, any type of Christmas artwork to display in their window as a sign that they're ready for Christmas, and then make it a bit of a competition for them. And that's the idea.
So how will the competition work?
So the way the competition will work is we've put out the poster notices and already started to get some interest displayed by the children. Each week, we'll invite the children to draw a photo or paint something at home, put it in their window, and then ask their parent to take a photo of it in the window and email to us.
Yeah.
If they live in a flat that's above ground floor or a normal house, we're asking them to put that photo in their window to start with, pointing inwards, and take a picture of their art. That will get submitted to us by the Monday. And then we've got 3 lady retired school teachers that are going to judge them in age range. So on the email, they put obviously their details and their age range. And on the Wednesday, we will announce the winner. We've got 3 categories: 3 to 5, 7 to 9, and 9 to 11. And each week we will announce a winner based on that. And each winner will receive a £10 gift voucher. And then we'll do the same again the following weekend. So we're hoping that it will give the children something to do with their mums and dads. It will allow them to put something in the window, a bit like they did in COVID time, to show that they are, supporting the whole Christmas spirit. And then the chance to win £10.
Is this being done in response to coronavirus then, or would you normally host this sort of event?
Well, the answer is coronavirus has without doubt affected all of us, and it's affected the way that we in Rotary can engage with our community around Christmas. So one of our this is not a fundraising, by the way. There's no charge for this. It's not a fundraising activity. It's purely a community feel good type service. We haven't done it before. No, it was suggested by one of our members when we were racking our brains to how can we still support families at Christmas, to see if they can sort of do something. And it came out of feedback from some of our members with young children, said, well, look, our kids really liked it when they could draw a rainbow and put it on their windows as a sign of community togetherness for COVID. So I suppose it's come out of COVID because COVID led to the rainbow pictures.
Yeah.
And now COVID is stopping us necessarily going to front doors and waving to houses as much. And we're asking the kids to get involved. So that's yeah.
Why do you think it's important for children in the community to be entertained during this time?
Well, I don't just see it as being entertained, this particular project.
Yeah.
I see it as being involved in a community display of Christmas feel-good factor. We all know that the COVID experience, initially kids didn't go to school at all. Now they go to school in a somewhat different environment, and they will be anxious, whether they vocalize it or not. They will be experiencing the loss of their normal social contacts and their normal Christmas fun things that they might do. And I suppose this is an attempt to give them something to do, but also something that feels it's special because it's Christmas.
Are you getting involved in any other similar initiatives at this Christmas period?
Lots. And that's why we've got other of your colleagues talking about those. So, for example, we would normally go around Santa's sleigh around the streets and receive collections. And a large part of those collections all the collections get reverted back to local community causes. We can't do that this year. So we've got, in terms of different initiatives for fundraising, we've got a community wall that we've asked local businesses to purchase bricks on, and we are promoting that on our social media and website and various platforms. We've so far received £8,000 worth of sponsorship via that community wall. We are engaged in a collaborative project with Salford Council to procure and deliver to care leavers in Salford, 18 to 25-year-olds with experience of the care system, gifts, food, and some personal items on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We have the poster we're talking about, where if we cannot go out with our Santa float, because the council are sort of umming and ahhing about safety issues and risk assessments, we're exploring the possibility of delivering a bit like this, an online Zoom virtual Santa grotto experience. Sounds completely bizarre. I mean, the fact that you and I can't meet face to face is a sad reflection of our lives nowadays, isn't it?
Oh, it's a weird time we're living in, definitely.
Very, very weird. And I've said to some of your colleagues, when you're reporting on this as a journalist, this is me speaking now, I'm not a journalist person, but reading a story where somebody reflects on the impact on society, not just the facts of what we're doing, is really, I'm sure you'll know that anyway, but it's just changing the way we interact and function. And I'm sure
100%.
So you're talking about kids' activities, and you're really getting an insight into how we as a charitable organisation are recognising not just that we're not going to get as much money donated, but our people, our community are really struggling.
So how has COVID affected the way that the Rotary clubs operated this year?
It's changed it massively, because like all small service group, I say small, local service groups, because Rotary is part of a bigger organisation, but a lot of our fundraising, so our work has two aspects. It has the service community aspect, where we go and do things along projects, and the fundraising. Now, both of those traditional methods have been decimated, as many local charities will tell you. So what we've had to adapt to is, we had funds from last year. We normally have a face-to-face Dragon's Den event where we invite local causes to come and bid for a grant. That's not been able to happen. We did it online. So we invited local causes and we had a Zoom-based. So Zoom has taken over our way of interacting with groups and leaders of other charities. That's the first thing. Our ability to go out and do activities has been affected like everybody else, because we just can't go and do it. And as I say, our fundraising has become much more digitally based. In some ways, if I'm honest, it's made us and other organisations recognise the advantage and benefits of digital platforms for raising funds. But it does take away that human interaction that is so much part of community service.
When do you think things will start to improve, not just for the Rotary Club, but also like the area in general? Because obviously we've been put into Tier 3 now.
Yeah, I mean, I have to share with you, I am medically qualified, so I'm an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
So I work at a hospital trust. I work in Wigan, and the reason I'm saying that is that I am well aware of the impact on hospitals of this second wave, and it is bad. And the tiers and the restrictions and everything that are happening, it's going to be at least after March and April next year, in my assessment, because even if we start rolling out a vaccine end of this year or beginning of the new year, it's going to be 3 or 4 months before you can start to ease anything. So I know that sounds negative. Many people don't like to hear that. And some of our emotional responses are almost like we go from one, right, we've had a lockdown, we're coming out of it now. Oh no, we're not really, Tier 3. You know, it's all,
Yeah.
all our heads are up and down, aren't they, everywhere?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I think at least after April, May next year could be the first time we're starting to see to feel a little bit more relaxed.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I'm not too familiar with the Rotary Club, but like, what is it that you as an organisation do? Are you like a charity, or like, what are your aims?
So Rotary is an international service organisation, which there are over 1,000 Rotary clubs throughout the world. And I don't mind telling you this, you might find it a bit boring, but when Rotary first started back in the early 1900s, it started in the States. And it was called Rotary because 6 or 7 businessmen who were committed to try and help causes in their community used to meet at lunchtime to discuss what good they could do in the community, and they rotated round each other's offices.
All right.
So it became called Rotary. We rotate round. Now, fast forward now, and Rotary groups exist in lots of different parts. So, in Salford, there are 3 different Rotary groups. Rotary is a big organisation, but it functions at a level of individual small groups that deliver, as I say, fundraising or service to the community. So it's not just, we're not a charity that just raises money and then gives it away to people. We like to do things to support the community. I smile because I'm not a person that agrees with the word use of club, because I think club nowadays gives a bit of an elitist, exclusive type impression. And we actually call ourselves, as you've seen there, Rotary in Worsley. And if you refer to us in any articles, I would request that you refer to us as Rotary in Worsley.
Yeah, of course I will do.
It might sound a simple thing, but you talk about the Rotary Club, which still happens, and it gives you this impression. I mean, I know I'm not bloody young, but it gives you the impression of these old farts in dinner jackets, smoking cigars, sat in a secret dining room as a secret club. And, life's about image as much as anything else, isn't it?
Yeah. So are you linked to the other Rotary clubs in, Rotaries in Salford, or is it just completely independent?
No, the way it works is we are independent. So the structure of Rotary is that there's Rotary International based in the States.
Yeah.
And then you apply for and become chartered to be a Rotary group.
All right.
Right. And you have there are various structures. So they have resources that we can access in terms of digital resources, educational resources, that kind of thing. And another part of the structure which we do access is they have quite a powerful grants program. So, for example, we at Rotary in Worsley, through my professional connections, have got a connection with Ethiopia. So we do local work, we do national work, and we do international work. And the Ethiopia work, we raised some funds, we applied to Rotary International, and they have what's called a match funding grant system. So we do engage with other Rotary groups to access this multiple funding. And last year in Worsley, Eccles and Salford groups, we came together to coordinate and do a call it part of Wrap Up Manchester or Wrap Up Salford, where we collected a load of coats to go to homeless members of our society.
Oh, that's brilliant.
This year's been a bit tricky because of the whole sanitisation things. But yeah, there's lots of different things we get involved with.
Yeah. That's all the questions I have for you today, but I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome, Brandon. And I've said to all your colleagues, you know, we're happy to speak because in many ways, I do see this as part of a service. It's supporting the community. You are a Salford student. I don't know where's your home, by the way?
I'm from Cumbria originally, but I'm just based in Salford at the minute.
Yeah. What I'm saying is you've come to Salford to study. We want to support young people like yourself with what you're doing. And this works both ways. I say to everybody as well, you know, you've recorded it, say what you want, you know, any photos that you see on our webpage or Facebook or Twitter, just feel free to use them. Nothing's copyright protected.
Oh, thank you.
Use whatever images you need to flesh it out. All I request is that if you put a piece together, send me a copy.
I will do.
Because what we do is we want to support you. And if it's written about our work, we just put that on our Facebook page and our Twitter accounts, and it just shows how we're all working together.
Yeah, and once the copy's complete, I'll email it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. No, you're very welcome. And more important question: what's your plans for Christmas? Have your mum and dad been on the phone?
Yeah, thankfully I'm getting home for it, so it should be all right.
Right. Okay. How's it been at uni? How's it been?
It's been all right. It's been a bit of a difficult year, obviously, with all the restrictions in place, but I've got through it.
I know I've got young nieces and nephews that have got. It's been a tough gig getting back to uni with all the stuff that's going on. But I'm glad are you second year, first year? I can't remember.
Third year, I'm in the final year.
Oh right, nice one. Oh well. So I suppose you're looking at the big wide world somewhere now, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Any ideas what you might go for, or?
Not yet. Just in the next few months, I'll start looking for work and applying and that. But just focusing on my studies at the minute.
Well, listen. Good luck to you, young man. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome, and I look forward to seeing whatever you put together. Okay.
Cheers. You have a nice night. Bye.
Right now. Bye. Bye.